Matthew 19, we're familiar with this. Verse 16. And behold, one came and said unto him, Good master, what good thing shall I do that I might have eternal life? Does this guy want eternal life? He's curious about it, isn't he? And he said, Why callest thou me good? There's none good but one, that's God. But if thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments. And he said, Which? Jesus said, Thou shalt do no murder, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness. Honor thy father and thy mother, and thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. And the young man said unto him, All these things have I kept from my youth up, what lack I yet? Jesus said unto him, If thou wilt be perfect, go and sell that thou hast, give to the poor, and thou shalt have treasure in me, treasure in heaven, and come and follow me. And the end of that verse, the end of verse 21 is paramount. And come, follow me. Come and follow me. In other words, I've kept all these things from my youth up. What do I lack? Jesus could have said, well, what you need to do is go back and read Matthew chapter 6. Because he's just coming off of telling the apostles, take no thought for food, water, clothing. He said, lay not up treasures for yourselves. And so this guy comes along, and he's very wealthy. Well, he's not by his wealth qualified to get into the kingdom. Why? Because one of the provisions in going into the kingdom is to what? Lay not up for yourself. So he said, sell that you have and come and follow me. And in verse 22, but when the young man heard that saying, he went away sorrowful. Why is that? He had great possessions. In other words, he wasn't turning them loose. And so the Lord, after that instance, speaks to the apostles. Because Peter's kind of up in arms about this thing. I mean, Peter has left a successful fishing occupation and has followed the Lord. Done exactly what he said. Got rid of it, went on, moved on, and now here they are following the Lord. And Peter asking this. Go down in verse 27. He says, Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken what's convenient. We have forsaken the things we really don't like. No. Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. Exactly what you need to do if you're going to have that eternal life that this young man wanted. We have forsaken all, followed thee. What shall we have therefore? In other words, we've forsaken all, followed you. What's in it for us? What are we going to get out of this? And Jesus in verse 28 says, Verily I say unto you, which ye have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. 29 is paramount, verse 29. And every one that have forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my name's sake, shall receive 100-fold, and shall inherit everlasting life. So then Jesus Christ is setting an example. He's preaching to these guys what it takes to go into that kingdom, what it takes to have that everlasting life that this young rich guy came up and asked about. And the first thing you do is you sell all that you have. You leave everybody that don't want to come with you. You leave them. You leave your job. You leave your houses, your land. You have nothing but the clothes you have on. And you go and you follow him. In other words, as he walked city to city, countryside to countryside, you're with him. You're with him. So when people talk about, I believe in following Jesus, measure that out. See how much you follow Jesus. So you see, this thing is not quite as easy as people portray it to be. Then you have to obey him. Look back in Matthew chapter 5.